Now, as mentioned in that report, Kim Jong-un is in Beijing, and his presence alongside his Chinese host and Russian counterpart has been making headlines. Our foreign affairs correspondent Oh Soo-young covers this show of solidarity, as well as the implications of his daughter's presence in Beijing.
Attending China's Victory Day parade, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un appeared to assert North Korea's nuclear statehood, while signaling that his daughter is being groomed as his successor. On Wednesday, Kim appeared alongside Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russian President Vladimir Putin in Tiananmen Square. Amid geopolitical tensions, the gathering of leaders from the three sides was a display of unity last seen 66 years ago in the Cold War era.
It seems intended to demonstrate the strengthening of North Korea and China's socialist solidarity as a form of counterbalance to the South Korea-US-Japan trilateral framework. Another aspect for Chairman Kim is to show he plays a key role within the North Korea-China-Russia alignment.
Throughout the parade, the North Korean and Russian leaders constantly sat and stood on either side of Xi Jinping. For Kim Jong-un, the optics could portray North Korea as part of a trio of nuclear powers as he continues to seek recognition of Pyongyang as a nuclear state. The occasion also marks Kim's first participation in a gathering of dozens of world leaders, a notable departure from the one-on-one summits that have defined this diplomacy so far. Russian outlet TASS reported that Kim and Putin would hold a bilateral summit on the sidelines.
Since the new treaty between North Korea and Russia, troop deployments for Moscow's war with Ukraine and compensation have been exchanged. If Kim meets Putin again during this 80th anniversary, it's possible they will discuss further compensation, possible the end of war negotiations, and various U.S.-North Korea issues.
However, with Beijing, Moscow and Pyongyang pursuing different strategic priorities, analysts believe a formal trilateral summit beyond a photo session is highly unlikely.
Before a summit takes place, the agenda, the accompanying officials, and their positions on how the international community will respond must be closely aligned. Yet, their coalition can be likened to being in the same bed with different dreams. Also, there hasn't been enough time for preparations in terms of the agenda and lineup.
Kim arrived in Beijing on Tuesday by special train in his first visit in 6 years. What was more striking upon arrival was the unexpected appearance of Kim's daughter Kim Joo. She was seen standing directly behind her father as he was greeted by high-level Chinese officials.
When Kim Jong-un turned 8 years old, his father tapped him as his successor. However, as he was not given sufficient diplomatic training, he remained a leader of an isolated state until he participated in the summits with China, South Korea, and the United States in 2018. Determined not to pass down this unfortunate experience to his daughter, Kim Jong-un seems to have brought her to China, firmly resolved to introduce her early onto the diplomatic stage and provide her with systematic training.
The implications for inter-Korean and US-North Korea diplomacy remain uncertain. Observers say Kim might consult Xi about a potential summit with US President Donald Trump. Still, Seoul officials have cautioned against premature optimism, saying that Pyongyang has shown no signs of abandoning its nuclear program. Oh Soo-young, Arirang News.